In this video, I'm going to show you how you can turn your TV video game backlighting from this to this. I bought some LED strip lights that are supposed to change with the picture and the color on the screen. Here's a tease of how it works with my intro video. I wanted to add some LED lights behind my TV that would react to what was on screen. There are a lot of different options out there. I decided to go with the Govee RGBIC TV Backlight. I ordered these off of Amazon and they came in this box. They were $89.99 with the $10 off coupon. I thought that was a pretty fair price. Note that the size of your TV does come into play when you're ordering these. This particular one is for TVs that are 55 to 65 inches. My TV is 65 inches, so I went with this one. If you have a larger or smaller TV, you have to go with a different version of this. What is included? LED strip lights, camera, control box, power adapter, clips, form stickers. Controlling the device. The control box, which is placed on the back of the TV, can power on and off the lights if you would like. You do have to download the official app on your phone if you do want to access the advanced features. The lights also work with voice commands such as Alexa and Hey Google. However, I have not tested those, so I'm not sure how well they work. Installation. Once you confirm that you're not missing anything, plug the LED strip lights into the power adapter into the wall. Make sure that the lights are working. Next up, wipe down the back of your TV, make sure everything's dry and clean, and then start placing the LED lights either clockwise or counterclockwise around the TV, applying clips for extra support every so often. I'm going over this pretty quick, but all of this is included with the instructions that come with the kit. You'll be plugging the LED strip lights, the power adapter, and the camera all into the control box. I placed it off-center on purpose, that way I can easily reach the power button if I want to turn it off that way instead of using the app. The camera does stick out about 5 inches because it does have to read what's on the screen. This may be an eyesore or a deal breaker for some, but for me, I was okay with it because I really enjoyed the overall effect. There is an option to put the camera on the bottom of the screen if you'd like. I decided to put it on the top though. Calibration. You do need to download the Govee Home app and create a free account in order to do the calibration. It's very simple and probably only took me a couple minutes to do everything. The instructions in the app walk you through everything, including gently placing these form stickers at the 7 calibration points. This allows the camera to know the exact dimensions of your TV. Once that's complete, you can mess with the color settings and decide if you want it to go with the colors on the screen or the sound that's coming from the TV. There's various different modes and color effects, including rhythm or rolling strobe light effects that you can have as well. That completes installation, calibration, and color settings. Now on to some examples where I'm going to show gameplay. Before I get to the gameplay though, I do want to show some Fortnite Battle Pass screens because they're very colorful and they do dynamically change with each one. I really like these dark blues here, looks really nice. And then when you change it, all of a sudden now you get the warmer colors, really cool. And this looks really impressive in person when it's switching between the different screens and they're flipping on the fly. I don't know how it's translating for you guys on screen, but it looks awesome here. And I really like this next one coming up is the Doomslayer. It's much more dark and gritty, so the reds and oranges are even deeper. Really nice. And I felt like before I showed the actual gameplay, this was a really great showing of how different and dynamic it can be, just from screen to screen, mode to mode. Whereas sometimes when you're playing gameplay, it's very similar backgrounds, so you can't really tell as effectively. I think these next few really showcase it. Like right here, you feel like you're out in this boneyard graveyard with Dusty battling those zombies, and now you feel like this Nezumi character is powering up the special attack with all these purples and all these blues, and all of a sudden now he goes nuclear, and all these explosions happen. It just jumps off the TV screen as you're flipping between these. And now we're back at night on the streets of London battling some werewolves. Really awesome. And you do have some additional options on the app, such as changing the brightness, the saturation, and the white balance. So if you feel like this is too bright and you want to dull it down, you sure can. Or if you feel like this isn't bright enough and you want even more RGB colors, go ahead and pump it up. And if you have a full screen of color like this with the purple, it still looks really great, especially in the background. You got your fire colors here, your orange, your red, you got your teals, your aqua colors, really nice. And last but not least, we have Geralt of Rivia. We got some more blues and blacks and purples here. And then you go to a second screen, which is a bunch of question marks, and it's an even darker, deeper blue. Really cool. So that gives you a good look when you have extreme colors from screen to screen, how awesome it translates. Well, now we're going to do Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, and here's the opening cutscene, and you can see what that looks like. Kirby's taking up a large portion of the screen, so there's a lot of pink on the side. Really nice. The shift from the green grass to the blue skies, really cool. I really enjoy this part coming up where Kirby flies into the storm cloud. It's supposed to be ominous and dangerous with the grays and the lightning coming. You definitely feel it right here. You feel like you're in this situation and you're in trouble. I love it. Another neat part coming up is watch the glowing star. When it bobs and weaves side to side of the screen, you can see the yellows bouncing back and forth like Kirby's navigating the screen. You have the dark grays, and then whenever Kirby pops onto the screen, you get that flash of color, and then when he's off the screen, it goes back to the cool blues, the dark grays. Really nice. And then it goes almost pitch black, and then it opens up and it's bright and colorful. Kirby's washed up on shore, and it looks very friendly and inviting compared to what it did before. This is a nice transition here as well. You're seeing the cool blues from the water behind Kirby, but the camera pans away. Kirby looks up into this lush green forest, and all of a sudden it's in your face green behind you on the backlight. Really cool. Really gets you into the scene and ready to explore this forest. So here's a little gameplay of Kirby. You can pan the camera around, and then depending on what you're looking at, it might change the backlight. So we're going into the foggy part of the forest, and notice that the background's no longer bright, vivid green. It has some more cool undertones, just like the fog. Really nice. You feel like you're in the fog. This would be awesome in Zelda as well. In the Lost Woods, really cool. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. We're going to come out of this fog forest, and we're going to get some more of our lush greens back and our bright blue, vivid skies. Really nice. A nice little power-up transition is going to come here, where I obtain a new power-up, the camera is going to zoom in, and we're going to get a flood of green on the backlight. Make it really impressive that I got this power-up. I love it. I'm going to skip ahead, and we'll get the end of the first level. We'll get this cutscene, and you can see some more dynamic color on the fly. A nice touch coming up with these enemies that are all orange and red. Whenever they're on screen, it floods on the backlight, so it feels like they're very threatening. And that's going to be it for Kirby in this video. We're going to move on to Super Mario Odyssey, where there's a couple little details that I wanted to show you. Like this right here is awesome with all the red, and then it'll transition into yellow, and it looks really cool. Here I'm going to show you a little gameplay where you can actually adjust your camera, and that'll affect your backlighting. Like right here, I'm adjusting it so I'm looking at the ground, and you see all that green. Now I'm looking up, and you can see the yellow hot air balloon. It looks awesome. And then you rotate it, and you can see the blue skies. I really like the sense of immersion. You really feel like that yellow air balloon is right above you. Like right here. It's right in your face. You're seeing it in your peripheral. You're seeing it in your backlighting. All right, I got to look away and get out of here because it's overtaken me. I love it. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit so you can see what this waterfall looks like and all this mist pouring off of it. It's pretty neat. As you're crossing, the mist is on the one side, the water's on the other. You got your bridge below you. Really nice. Those are just a few little things I wanted to showcase in Super Mario Odyssey. Now we're going to move on to a more mature game on the Xbox Series X. That's Gears of War Ultimate Edition. There are a few nice little touches in these opening logo screens. So like this one, for example, coming up with this chainsaw revving on the bottom lower right corner with the sparks. Really cool with the little orange just down there. And then you got this red flood screen. Really nice. The Unreal Engine, how it fades in and out. Now it's black. And now you got the Gears logo on the left-hand side of the screen. And then the white clouds on the right-hand side. And even though Gears of War is known as a dark and gritty game with a lot of grays and browns, I think the backlight does a good job of bringing out color when it can, but not overpowering the screen, but also adding to the screen. Like right here, you have the crazy lights, the dark shadows of these wretches reaching in. It's very chaotic, but it does make sense where the light is because it's pouring in behind those wretches as they're reaching in for Marcus. Really cool. And now we have this awesome scene where they're cutting through the door. And now Jack the Robot arrives, which introduces us to Blue for the first time. So while there is a lot of color on the backlight, definitely not as much as like in Kirby or any of those other games, and there's also a lot of shadows and subdued areas where it definitely feels like you're still in the gritty universe of Gears of War. So that ends the cutscene. We'll do a little gameplay before we wrap up the Gears of War portion of this video. I'm going to skip ahead. We get some fire coming up here where we can look at that and see some of the oranges and the reds. Really nice. We're going to skip ahead again and we're going to enter a combat scenario where we're going to be battling the Locust and we're going to try to take him out and get to our chopper. You can see that corpse explode on the right hand side of the backlight. If you pay attention to the upper right screen, you can see this frag blow up and affect the backlight. Really nice. So for the more visceral, mature games, you're going to see that grit come up on the screen and in the backlight. It's going to help immerse you, like the blood or the explosions, the dirt. It's going to be awesome. And while in this video, you're really probably focusing on only the lights on the side, whereas when you're actually playing the game, you're not going to be really focusing on that. That stuff is going to be happening, and it's going to be adding to the level of immersion and the dynamic colors and everything, but you're going to be focused on the action. So when that stuff happens, it's going to be subtle, but it's going to be awesome. So this chopper's finally landing. We're going to end the first level. We're going to get onto this chopper, and we're going to see the final cutscene of this first level. A neat little end to this mission is the corpser comes right at you and the screen fades to black. The last game I'm going to showcase in this video is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's a lot of different tracks in this game with different level design, and that of course means different color ranges. You can even see those different color ranges when you're navigating these menus. So right here you got the different colors from the fireworks, and then we're going to go into the cooler menus that are more blue. I'm going to do 100cc. We're going to pick Shy Guy. We're just going to pick whatever vehicle just to get some footage here. And then we're going to pick one of the new booster course packs. We're going to go over to the Moon Cup. And I'm going to show a little footage of each of these courses so you can see what the different variations in the colors are. A lot of times I skip these intros to the tracks. However, with the backlighting, I actually find myself watching them now because it's really neat seeing how all the different colors pop. So we're going to start up the first race and we're going to see what it looks like when you're moving at faster speeds in a go-kart. This first track is a city setting, so you're going to have some more natural colors with your grays, your browns, your tans, and then of course your greens when you do get around some of these trees and bushes, and then your blue skies if you do get close enough. So far this track's been all outdoor, but now we're going to go indoors, inside of a train tunnel, and inside of a subway car. So we'll see what the colors look like when we're in a more confined space. Nice, it was definitely more vibrant, you definitely felt more enclosed, whereas now you're more open again. Alright, let's skip on to the next track. Next up is Peach Gardens from the Nintendo DS. This one I would imagine you're going to have a lot more lush greens and blue skies because you're inside of a garden. And this is the second race of the Moon Cup. This is another track where the colors seem to match really nice, very subdued, but add to the immersion. They're not in your face or jumping at you with different things, but I bet if you got hit by a lightning, that'd be pretty intense. So these first two courses are pretty standard, normal backgrounds, normal colors, exactly what you'd expect. But this next track, Merry Mountain, this is a brand new course for the Moon Cup, and this one has much more dynamic and vibrant colors in the course itself, but also in the backlighting. Look at these purples and blues, how deep they are, how vibrant they are, really sharp. The first two courses of this pack are very simple and straightforward. Very fun to play, but very simple and straightforward. This course is on a next level. You can tell there's a lot of energy and effort that went into this to put all this extra color, the scale, going up these mountains. There's non-stop things to look at when you're driving in the level, and that shows with the backlighting. It's gorgeous. This track is definitely a standout track in this cup anyway, so I love that the backlighting makes it pop even more. I'm going to skip ahead, and next up is the final track of the Moon Cup. It's the Rainbow Road from the 3DS. And like Merry Mountain right before this track has a lot of vibrant colors, and it's awesome. Like right here, the deep blues from outer space, and then all of a sudden we get the bright oranges from the galaxy in the upper left corner. Awesome stuff. I really like this track anyway. It's an awesome reimagining of the 3DS track that looked great on 3DS, looks even better here. And with backlighting, looks amazing. The background galaxy images are really great on their own, but the backlighting takes it to the next level. That's going to bring us to the end of this video. I just wanted to showcase this new Govee RGBIC TV backlight that I got. I thought it was pretty cool. I was pretty impressed. There's a lot of great people out in the different communities that have awesome RGB backlighting. Arcade Adam, he's the master of it. Ben has a great setup, and there's plenty of others that look great. I've been searching for a while, and I wanted to find something that worked for me. I'm going to actually have two of these TVs in this barcade, and one of them is going to be hooked up to a pedestal, and the other one's going to be hooked up to a bunch of consoles. In the end, I wanted something that would actually change with what was happening on screen instead of being random and not break the bank in the process. I wanted to be able to hook up to my PlayStation 5, my Xbox Series X, my Nintendo Switch, and any future arcades that I put in here. From Arcade 1, Extreme Home Arcades, Retro-cade, 1-Up, wherever I end up going with my arcade, I want to make sure that it works great with these and looks great. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to help you if I can. Remember to subscribe to the channel. That really helps the channel grow. Give the video a thumbs up and ring that notification bell. And if you are in a position that you would like to donate directly to the channel, I have a PayPal link down in the description below. Thank you for all of your support. I really appreciate it. And remember, we're in the end game now.